And then we got Zeus with his home dog of the week is 2-2 on the season. So we'll see if we can keep the good. But he's got 2 straight wins, so let's see if we can all keep the good vibes going into week 5.
I mean, hey, there we go. Just keeping it moving. We'll see if Zeus can get over 500 this week. Feeling pretty good. I'm curious to see where Zeus went. Magary, where are we going first in our pick'em, sir?
We're going with the college game day, game of the week. NC State at Clemson. Clemson is a 6.5-point home favorite. What are your thoughts on this one, sir?
Clemson barely survived last week. The way Dave Clawson put it in the post-game presser following Wake Forest's loss to the Wildcats, to the Tigers in double overtime, was they just made one more play than we did. Like, that was it. They made one more play. I think this Clemson team's beatable, and they're gettable, and I would feel a lot better if this was a home game for NC State. But do I trust Devin Leary more? Yes, than DJ Uiagalelei. No matter what Dabo Swinney says about DJ, like, we're gonna see. And that defense gave up a lot of offense. They gave up 6 passing touchdowns to Sam Hartman, who's a great player, but it tied a Wake Forest and ACC record for most touchdown passes in a game. We just don't see that from Clemson anymore. Like, that was something that we just never thought anyone. Like, you saw Georgia Clemson last year, where that's just a one-score game, like a very, very low-scoring game. Clemson's defense was the thing that kept them in the double-digit win territory last year.
No offensive touchdowns either.
Right. Now the defense is a little bit beatable, a little bit gettable. I just think Clemson is just not who they were in the peak Lawrence and Watson era years. And there's a come down effect, and I think it's gradual what's happening in Clemson. I mean, they're not going to fall off a cliff or anything. I just think they're more of a 10-2, 9-3 team now to me, and closer to the top ACC programs like the Wake Forest, the Pitts when they have a Kenny Pickett type, the NC States when they have a Devin Leary. I mean, NC State just beat Clemson last year. That is something we saw. Like, that happened. It's asking a lot, though, for them to do it in back-to-back years. Like, that's different territory for NC State to pull this off in back-to-back years. I would feel a lot better if this was at home. And going to Death Valley, it's asking a lot. I want to pull the trigger on the Wolfpack. I think Clemson's gettable. I'm looking at the schedule. I think they're going to drop a couple, but I don't think it's to NC State this week. And I think Clemson wins, but it's another close game. So give me Clemson to win, but NC State to cover.
I feel like you wanted to do it, but
you
didn't do it. Clemson's won 15 of the last 17 in this series. The last win that Clemson had, or that NC State had at Clemson, was 2002, which was also the last time they went back-to-back in 2002 and 2003. Last time they beat Clemson in back-to-back years. I think you stated a lot of the reasons why this is going to be a tough game for Clemson. I think the biggest difference, there's a chance that NC State's offense is not quite as prolific as Wake Forest. I think that could be one of the better offenses in the ACC this year. But I do think NC State is going to be up there. And the difference is Wake Forest has like the 90th ranked defense in the country. Like, everybody is scoring on them. Right now, NC State's got the 8th ranked defense in the country, giving up 6 points per game. And they were 14th in the country last year. So I think they're a much more, like, they're not just going to get in this shootout, like, yeah, you can't stop them, but they can't stop you type of thing. Like, I think NC State is going to get more stops than Wake Forest did, and I think they're going to put up some points. And I think NC State's going to go on the road and get this done.
Oh, you have the win. You don't even have them covering. You have NC State pulling this off.
This is the 2022 ACC champions right here, sir. I think we've yet to see the best game from NC State so far. Like, Devin Leary, he's been fine, but I think he's still got another level to reach. And I think this Clemson defense, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going NC State, going on the road and getting the upset.
I don't have it for this week. You know where I have? I've already circled it. 2 weeks out. It's at Florida State, at Doak. that's where Clemson falls, is at the Doak.
But is that even an upset? Against
I think that'd be an upset.
They might be favored at Florida State. Maybe
you think Florida State would be favored in that one?
Well, I'm saying you're saying Clemson or NC State?
No,
you're
no.
saying Clemson's going to lose at Florida State.
Yeah, that's the one I've got.
Gotcha.
I got that one. And then Clemson, they go to Notre Dame in November, and we'll see what Notre Dame. I mean, they're